What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the What a Juice channel, and it seems like we just are going through trade madness here as the season starts to heat up. As we start to get closer and closer to week number 1 of the regular season, teams are starting to find out their full 53-man rosters. They're starting to move pieces around. They're starting to maybe make some moves that they think they have a chance at a Super Bowl in the early part of the season, because everybody at the start of the season thinks that you have a chance at the Super Bowl unless you're like the Jets or the Jaguars or something like that. The majority of the NFL always thinks they have a shot at the Super Bowl at the start of the season until we actually start playing games. So that's where we are at this point in the offseason. We're getting closer. It's the end of the offseason, the preseason. Well, the offseason is technically over now. The preseason's almost over as well. The final preseason games are getting played here. And then we will go through the final actual week of the preseason, which is just like a bye week because there's only 3 preseason games. You guys know that already. And then we are on to the actual football season, week number 1. And I bring all this up because there was another trade that happened. The Jaguars and Urban Meyer, they already decided that Trevor Lawrence was going to be their guy. I mean, everybody and their mother knew that. Urban Meyer could play these mind games all he wants, but everybody knew that you were going to pick Trevor Lawrence over Gardner Minshew. It was just that simple. Like, I would have bet my entire life, I would have bet my soul that Urban Meyer would have picked Trevor Lawrence, and I would have been right because he did pick Trevor Lawrence. But there was a team out there in the NFL that is desperate for a backup. I don't know why they're desperate for a backup, because they have, okay, I shouldn't say that. I know why they're desperate for a backup. The Philadelphia Eagles have made a trade with the Jacksonville Jaguars to get the services of Gardner Minshew. Minshew mania, Minshew madness. The mustache man himself is headed to the city of brotherly love, baby. He's going to Philadelphia. Here is the exact trade. The Jaguars trade Gardner Minshew to the Eagles for a conditional 2022 6th-round pick. That's literally all it took. It was Gardner Minshew for a conditional 6th-round pick this upcoming draft. But the caveat here, the sweetener, is if Gardner Minshew plays in 50% of 3 games this season, if he plays in 50% of 3 games, that pick turns into a 5th-round pick. Ooh. Ooh. That turns into a 5th-round pick. So basically, Gardner Minshew is getting traded for a 5th-round pick because I'm assuming the Eagles are going to play him in 50% of those snaps so that they can get the 5th-round pick. So basically, Trevor Lawrence has no backup. I don't know why the Jaguars would make this move with the Eagles of all people. Because, I mean, yeah, I understand the Eagles need it because they have Joe Flacco as a backup, and Joe Flacco has turned into an absolute bum of a player. He's just not good anymore. He hasn't been good for the past, 6 years. So, he's just not good anymore. And I understand why the Eagles needed a backup for Jalen Hurts, but I don't know why the Jaguars traded him to the Eagles for just a 6th-round pick. It doesn't make much sense to me. I don't know what Urban is thinking at this point, because now Trevor Lawrence has no legitimate backup, unless I'm just forgetting some young quarterback that's on their roster that I don't know about, that I'm just not remembering at this point. But as far as I know, there's no one good on the Jaguars quarterback depth chart besides Trevor Lawrence. And now Trevor Lawrence has no backup because and I'm not saying Gardner Minshew is great or anything, or even good, but he's at least played in the NFL, started games, and has shown some flashes to be a serviceable quarterback in this league. And could be a good backup, and now you just trade him away. So now he's gone. He's in Philadelphia. I don't really understand it from the Jaguars' point of view. I do understand it from the Eagles' point of view. Give Jalen Hurts a nice, solid backup that's not Joe Flacco, and you move on. You hope that Jalen Hurts doesn't get hurt. You hope you don't have to use Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew is one of those guys that falls into you're glad you have him on your team, but you hope you never have to use him. That's the kind of backup quarterback that Gardner Minshew has turned into. He's one of those guys that comes in worst case scenarios. Starting quarterback goes down for the season or goes down for a long period of time. You have to go to that guy. So he falls into that category. But from the Jaguars' point of view, only getting a 6th-round pick that could possibly turn into a 5th-round pick seems like not that much for a guy that could have maybe brought you in something. Maybe the Jaguars have some master plan. Maybe Urban Meyer and the Khan family have some sort of master plan that's going to give Trevor Lawrence a solid backup. Or maybe they're just going to go with Trevor Lawrence and then nobody else behind him. I mean, what if Trevor Lawrence gets hurt? That's a very good possibility. The Jaguars aren't a very good team. Joe Burrow, last year, the #1 pick, he got hurt after 10 games. And some say he hasn't looked the same since. But Trevor Lawrence on a bad team with no backup quarterback? What if he gets hurt? The Jaguars season's over. And some may say that the Jaguars season isn't ever going to get started this year because they're just not a good team, which they aren't. But I don't know. It seems weird. It seems weird that the Jaguars would make this move. Maybe I'm just not thinking of something that's pretty obvious that it's not coming to my head right now. I don't know. You guys can let me know if you have any other ideas or reasons why the Jaguars would make this move. It just doesn't seem like the smartest move to make, especially with a rookie quarterback and a bad team. The threat of injury is there. I'm hoping that it doesn't happen, obviously. You never want to see a young quarterback or any player get hurt, but there's the real possibility, there's a real threat of injury because it's a bad team, bad offensive line, and a young quarterback. Yes, Trevor Lawrence is very athletic, but so is Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is athletic, but not as athletic as Trevor Lawrence is. And Joe Burrow went down. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there is a threat of injury, a threat of possible season-ending stuff happening with Trevor Lawrence. Most likely it won't happen, but there is that little tiny sliver. So the reason they trade Gardner Minshew is lost on me, but you guys can let me know down below what you guys think about this trade. If you think it's a W or you think it's an L or you don't care about it, that's also a possibility because I don't know why you would. It's the Jaguars and it's Gardner Minshew, but let me know down below what you guys think about this trade, if you like it, if you don't, and let me know if I'm missing something that's fairly obvious that I'm just not seeing. That's also a very good possibility because I'm very stupid, but you guys can let me know down below what you guys think about this or let me know if I'm missing anything. So thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. That's going to do it for me. Smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!